I'm going to try something different, attempt to do some paint sketching, something that I can create like a form on this piece of paper, some kind of creature form, and then ink over the top when it's dry. Now I have got a little backup ink, well, pencil sketch, not an ink sketch yet, just in case this goes tits up and doesn't work. So I've got that to ink just in case on the side there. What I'll do, I've got some warm grey ink. I'm going to thin this down a little bit and just use like a paintbrush and just try and, I don't know, create some kind of form there. Just move that out of the way slightly. Try and focus on this piece of paper. Yeah, so I've got some warm grey drawing ink which I just have to thin down a little bit. I'll just pop some in a lid and just use it, thin it down. So I'm going to do some paint sketching, just some form. I'm not really bothered if it drips everywhere, makes a right mess or something, but just going to begin, try and create something. I like painting spiders and stuff and spider creatures, so I'm going to try and do something like that. It's quite watery, that's how I wanted it. Wanted the paint just to be slightly watery, not bothered if it drips or anything. So just creating like the basic forms. Hey Nando, hello again. Doing something a bit different this time. Paint sketching. Just painting the form with like grey drawing ink, and I'll probably ink over it. Oh, I messed up the leg there. Just forget about that bit. Maybe creating some kind of spider creature. Don't exactly know at the moment. Try and get all the legs just near enough right. I don't. Pick up a bit of that paint there. So yeah, I've got like I said earlier, just a backup skull sketch with tentacles just to ink if this goes wrong. Or I may do that after this, I don't know. We'll just see. So this paint sketching is a way of creating like forms and like creatures, a quicker way usually, sometimes. And that way I can create the forms of the creature and then ink right over the top. Mainly when this is nearly dry, I think that's the best sort of way of doing it. Just have to sort of see whether this works out. Maybe do like another leg, and another leg there, and then that completes the 8 legs of this spider creature. Maybe start to get a bit more of the darker ink now on key areas. Just thin that down a little bit. Yeah, this one's going to be a bit more experimental. But it's the way I sometimes draw creatures. Sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't, but gotta try different things sometimes. Just help that thin it out a little bit. You'll soon see what I mean when I start to ink over this. Just trying to create a general form. This creature, spider creature. It's always a favourite of mine to draw these as well. Draw nice. Yeah, it's not complete without a nice little drip or two. Yeah. Right. What I probably will do, let that dry slightly, so I think I will use that other drawing just to ink. Maybe tip the rest of that ink in there so I don't waste it. Yeah, goes back in the pot. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll just put that aside. Maybe get the slightly. I'll just start to ink this one while that one's slightly drying, and I can come back to that one. Try and get this in. Keep them paint brushes there. Oh, better drink my cup of tea before it gets cold. Yeah, it's getting cold. Right, where's them? Oh, I've got the other ink pen there. Got the Sharpie. Yeah, I think I'll use the Sharpie just to move this around a little bit. Slightly. So I use the Sharpie. Try and fill. This is like another skull type thing, but it's got like tentacles coming out of it. Classic horror skull. So I'll start to excuse me, add a bit more darker areas. As I did before the drawing in last night's stream, just do the thicker lines underneath these tentacles. This helps create like a lot of the form and stuff like that. So some of the other shadowy bits. Areas like that. drink of my tea. Yeah, it's going cold. Right, I lost all my gel ink pens. What's that one going, I think? The only thing about these little ink pens is run out of ink. That's why they're disposable, so I need to get some more. I'll just use this for now. Jagged looking teeth there. These tentacles coming out the eyes of this skull. Just try and draw the thinner lines on the top. So windy pops. Right. Try and get the form of the shape of this skull thing. I think I've just gone over a bit to that side, I think. Yeah, I think I'll just run with it. Maybe just alter it slightly. I think that's drying well. I'll just continue with this drawing just get some details just thrown in, and I'll come back to that spider creature I paint sketched. Yeah, when I paint sketch stuff, I think grey is the good colour to use, like a light grey, and then that way you can just ink over the top and just like create some more details. Still a bit not dry in there. Thank Ants McDougall. Been a fan for a while of a subscriber. Yeah, I think yeah, just trying to do more of these videos really. Keep busy doing these, because sometimes I can just get distracted and not do any, for a while. But I think that with these live ones, I think I can do them a lot quicker than some of the edited ones, like the full drawing videos. But I will be doing some more of them. I'm working on some more and stuff like that. So yeah, just keeping busy really. It's the best way. Yeah, so it's always best to, like draw all the important lines of these. That's why I do that, and then I can work on it as I'm going along. Sometimes just trying to figure it out as I go along really. There could be some teeth there on the side maybe, I don't know. May go over that, I don't know. Probably do this with the ink pens, and I come back with a Sharpie on this, add more shadowed areas, things that'll be more darker, which will be in the mouth, under the teeth, and around underneath certain areas, maybe more around the eyes, things like that. maybe some drips that I could add some more later, I don't know. Yeah, that's looking alright, that one. So I'll do, I think that's dry. So I'll put this one aside and I'll come back to this spider because I started with that, so I'll try and do a bit more with that. So I can take the Sharpie now on this, and some of these darker areas I've done like a bit darker there, but that's just to act as like a guide. So we can do like a lot of heavy shadow there, and we can expand a bit more on the legs as well, because sometimes I'll just painted them a little bit thin. Just start underneath, adding the shadow or the thicker lines anyway. And it's a good technique to draw stuff, this. Just painting the initial shape, just a loose shape that you can develop. And it's still at the sketching stage, so we can just hope for the best. I think here maybe we can just sketch some like a mouth. Yeah, something like that. I can come back to that with thinner ink pens and stuff like that. It's just about creating texture upon that. You know, the loose like paint that I've added, like the drawing ink. If I would have done that a lot darker grey out, you know, it wouldn't have been able to do many sort of inking techniques over the top. It would have been a bit darker. So we've got some of the lighter areas which would be at the top anyway, so it doesn't matter if I've painted one leg too fat, I can just thin it down. That's the idea with this technique, really. Just have to hold that piece of paper there. Really, it's about problem solving, what you're trying to create. Nine times out of 10 it usually works out. use the thinner ink pen to draw like eyeballs and stuff. Some more textures there. Yes, I'll come back with a gel ink pen and then I can just sort these legs out. And, so as I said, just go slightly over like the edges. I can just paint over that. That can just go back into the background if you know, you just like refining the drawing sort of thing. If I get it wrong, then I can just paint over it, you know, or start another drawing sometimes. Sometimes that's the way. I've been doing this for a while though, so you can just like have a go over it and hello Perisos3, hello everyone. I can just paint over it. If I make a mistake or anything like that, I can just look at it, reevaluate it and decide whether it's worth continuing or redrawing or something. Sometimes redrawing stuff, you can come up with a much better idea, or you can just stick with the drawing that you've done and see if it'll work out. So I'll just flesh that leg out a little bit more. Just ignore like what I painted over there. It doesn't. I can just paint over that. I can just recede into the background really. Thanks Perisos3. That means a lot. Quite a few people have said that have learnt a lot from my art and stuff, and it's nice to be an inspiration sometimes. I've been doing this for years, getting somewhere with it, some work and things like that, and just trying to keep busy, that's all. I think that's all you can do, doing these types of drawings and stuff. So you can see a lot of the design like becoming a bit more solid now we're trying to ink. So now I'm just like concerned with adding more texture and more details just to make it cool looking and stuff like that. Them teeth I'd probably come back right at the end and add some white and maybe paint in some eyes with white or something. Then I could ink around them and just build it up that way probably. So I just concern myself with the legs, this spider creature. bend it slightly. It's becoming a bit creased. I should have taped this down actually. I've got some tape. So we're trying to build up the areas. I don't know if you can see a lot of that. Building up the texture on this spider creature. Like I said, the eyes will come at the end. That'll bring it all out. That'll be like the highlights or something. Right now I'm just trying to create more of these leg textures and details. Just by like doing hatching with the, just like loads of lines and scribbles and other sorts of mark making sort of thing. Yeah, I did do a video a while back. It was a good few years ago now. I think it was a 2-hour video of me drawing this spider creature. I've got it somewhere. I'll have to dig it out, but I don't know why, but spider creatures are just really good to draw. And I used to do the same textures as well, do like the thick lines, just that the underneath like creates a nice shadow effect. And then you can build off them with like thinning pens and stuff. And the thing about like a mid-tone grey as well, you can just add like lighter grey highlights later on when you've inked like the whole thing. Any little mistakes that like there, I can just like, I don't know, fill the background with black or just paint the background, add some kind of scenery to it or something like that. And back years ago, if I made a little mistake like that, I'd be like, oh shit, it's ruined. But no, not anymore. You can paint over stuff and add as many layers as you want to these drawings and work on them for however long you want to. So it's just about building it all up, like I said. Spend as much time as you want on this after you've done the initial paint sketch. As usual, these videos are like, will go straight to like a replay when this is finished, so you can go back and look through it and see it from the beginning and how it started and things like that. Or yeah. Maybe more drips and other stuff dripping off there, I don't know. Just try and add a little bit more to it. Sometimes, like when you're painting, just like the shapes and that, you can see like some of the darker areas. It's almost like creases in the paper sometimes, when you can see stuff in there. I'm already seeing like sort of a shape that's becoming more of the texture there, so I can like follow some of these areas, try and build on them a bit. But I'm still conscious that I really want to do like loads of eyeballs just around there, so I might come back to that area maybe a bit later. Little textures on the top of the body as well, just little suggestions of lines. So yeah, we draw more texture on these legs. Try and build up that bit more. You can, if you want, just go back with a Sharpie marker and just add a bit more darkness if you need to, like maybe like the joins, like the joints, I mean, add a bit more detail there, just to highlight certain areas, just make it more, well, that just adds a different layer to it, a bit more layer to the drawing. Yeah, something like that. A bit more up there as well. Constantly going back and forward, trying to add more texture underneath. Maybe make the lines a bit more squiggly looking underneath. the legs to give it more texture. Yeah, so do something like that. Try and darken out a lot of that. Oh, look at don't know where the white paint is. Yeah, it's over there. Here it is. Some like white paint. I use this Liquitex. Maybe just get a smaller paintbrush. Just use it straight from the tube. Maybe thin it down slightly. And start to draw. It doesn't matter if I make a mess of these eyes, I can just wait until it dries and then just clean up a little bit more. But I'm sort of want there to be lots of like different shaped eyeballs. You always mess up with white, yeah, sometimes, but you can always go over it if it doesn't, work really, or you don't achieve the effects that you want. I think I'm gonna see, I made that eyeball slightly larger than that one, but maybe go back over that one slightly. I just want it to be like having even looking eyeballs, almost like symmetrical, but not quite. Maybe there's one there, maybe one there. There's small ones there. And we'll do maybe a larger eyeball right at the top. And now I've like painted them eyeballs in, and that's just like the bit of the base colour really. I can add more to it as I go along, but I'll just wait for them to dry slightly and then I could ink around them, do more like textures and things like that. Or maybe painting them teeth as well. The smallest ones are the scariest. Yeah. Small spiders and small eyes, yeah. Or you can use like little templates. I've got like a template somewhere. Sometimes doing like circular type things are quite difficult to paint sometimes, but since I'm going to be inking around these anyway, it's going to be like more textured around the eyes. Let's get some more paint there. Teeth are a bit tricky, but again, as long as you get the little triangular bits that you want to aim for, then you can just like ink around them. I originally drew them teeth as just like a little guard line with the Sharpie. See, even this isn't precise with the paintbrush, but I'll maybe do some more teeth on the bottom there that I didn't draw in. So you've got like a little guard line there. Maybe a couple on the top if I can fit them in. I can come back with other ink pens and just make more of them back and forward with light and dark and stuff like that. So I'll wait for that to dry a little bit, just a second or two, well, a couple of minutes. I think my cup of tea is definitely gone cold. Delicious cold. Right, I'll just put that aside. I'll just start to ink this while that one's just drying for a few minutes. Gives me time just to think about this one. Maybe a bit more dark. A bit more shadow that I can work from. Cheers. Yeah. I do like drawing this stuff. It's just become what I like to really draw a lot of the time. Working stuff like this out. Just work out a lot of the shadows and don't want to overdo it with a Sharpie, so I'll come back if I need to add more of that in. Just start to add a lot of the detail stuff now. I'm taking my time with this one. Just trying to work out the drawing a bit more. Hi, Jenica. Just inking this drawing. Yeah, in a short amount of time, yeah. If I was to spend a lot of time on this, you know, I'd probably do it a bit more neater sort of thing. But a lot of these drawings are just created quite quickly. Because sometimes I like the speed of trying to ink these, and it just adds a little bit of energy to them, I think, or some kind of design to it. I don't know. Can't explain it really. Just. Alright, cheers. Perissos 3. Good night, dude. It's late over here now. Well, 11:30. I'm going to try and finish these on this stream. Try and get these done. I've finished, so I started. No, I've started, so I'll finish. I always get stuff mixed up. Draw a leprechaun. Oh yeah, could draw one of them, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things I really need to try and draw. I like the leprechaun movies. Yeah, I quite like the texturing on that. Just some little things bothering about me about this design, but just like little things, but still quite like it. I've drawn similar stuff to this. I just like draw like loads of tentacles coming out of a skull's mouth and out the eyes as well. Just cool stuff to draw. You might come back to that. Just try and draw like a texture around them eyes that I painted in now. Oh, and the teeth as well. Try and clean them up a little bit. I could add some more paint later on or something, just to make them stand out a bit more. But you find when you're adding ink around stuff that you painted white, it just stands out a little bit more and you're able to do more texture around it. And that's what I like, just adding more textures. And also you're able to like make the eyeballs a bit more rounder as well, if they don't look like that way when you've painted them, but it's always good idea using ink pens. Oh, there was 2 teeth at the top as well, nearly forgot. Looking a lot better there. Be good if I could zoom in, but I don't think I can. No, I can't. Do like some deep roots on the top of the teeth, where they'd be like fixed into the mouth area. It just makes the teeth stand out a bit more as well. Yeah, I like them eyeball looking designs. Oh, messed up there a bit. Saved it. And the last eyeball there. So you can see now I don't know if you can see the textures. No, I don't know, I can't see on there. Just move it up a little bit. You can sort of see it anyway. You can see what I started out with, the shapes and things like that. All that'll just recede into the background if I was going to paint like a background or something like that. I could work on a bit more of this, a lot of the textures. A few more darker areas. It's usually when you get ink on your hands sometimes. Usually I have like a piece of paper like and just rest it on it, but not today. So it's usually like a process of just like adding like layers over the top, building upon, you know, your drawing and things like that, and just trying to create concepts and things. That is the best way of doing concepts, just by drawing an initial shape with a paintbrush. Grey tone that I did. I used this really super cheap ink. It's called Diamine drawing and calligraphy ink. Warm grey. Just needed it to like thin down with a bit of water, just to make it like a light grey, and then just ink over the top and try and create texture over it and shadows and things like that. It's one of the best ways of creating like concept artwork that I've seen anyway. I've seen other artists do it, and I prefer that way of creating like these creatures and stuff. Yeah, so these like mandible things, sort of, I don't know if I've messed them up, but I don't know. Maybe give them more like hooks, and maybe there's like a lot more drips coming off. Maybe there's loads of black blood coming from the mouth or something. It's like evil, rotten spider creatures. I don't know. Yeah, just add way more details and stuff, and just hope for the best sometimes with these drawings. Cheers, Jenica. Yeah, yeah. I usually just draw original stuff. Sometimes, like, I redraw certain things. I've drawn something similar to this spider thing several times, but I really like drawing this type of stuff. And these skulls with tentacles and stuff. Just fun to draw. Draw some more drips and other stuff. Helps add to the texture, I think. Quite like that. If I had more time, I'd like really develop this a bit more, but it's time for bed soon. It's nearly midnight over here in the UK. I've got to get up early and do more drawings. Got a few commissions to do, and I've got a few zombie ones to draw. I've still got to finish this other sewer creature zombie thing. Still haven't finished that, but still got a bit of time just to do that. Oops. Yeah. I quite like that spider creature. It's a good way of creating concepts. Let's put that aside. Just do a little bit more of this, and then we'll call it a night. Just needs a bit more darkness there. some other drips and stuff. There's not much to do on this one. I'm just nearly there with the inking. I'll spend a bit more time on this, but I don't think I will. Yeah, it needs a bit more work. Probably deteriorate a little bit more the skull, the top of there. Maybe just do more drips and other stuff that I probably would have done. Yeah, I'm going to call that a night. I mean, a day, a night, whatever. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to do another stream tomorrow. where we at? It'll be Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. So 3 more streams. I might consider doing some more at the weekend if possible, but weekends sometimes just like trying to chill out away from drawing just for a little bit, but I may do them. I never know. You never know. I like drawing this type of stuff, so I probably will do. Yeah. Gonna make myself a hot chocolate and then I'm off to bed. Anyway, thanks for watching. More live streams to come, and hopefully if I can edit tomorrow's weekly art vlog, where I've just got filmed little bits here and there and all that jazz. Cheers, Jennifer. You have a good day too, and yeah, more live streams. So yeah, I'll just leave it there, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers now.